Hi everyone, so I wanted to come on here and just do a health and fitness sort of little vlog here. I have talked about bettering yourself, loving yourself, and yoga, and quotes from yoga, whether it be on my Instagram, my Facebook, or even here from time to time. A lot of you really do seem to love it when I put affirmations at the end of my monthly favorites, and a lot of you have been asking me questions about how to get started in yoga and if yoga is right for you. I love this question because my answer is yoga is for everybody. I think everybody can find some sort of pleasure in yoga, regardless of your style, your level, what you want to take out of it, because the whole purpose of yoga is to combine mind, body, and soul. Yoga means union in Sanskrit, so you are basically binding for inner peace and health and wellness, your mind, your body, and your soul. And that is why a lot of us yogis say yoga is for everybody. I get a lot of questions. How do I get started? How do I know where I'm at? The thing is, you don't know where you're at if you've never done yoga before. If you've done gentle stretching, you've done that a lot as a pre-exercise or as a meditation for ballet, football, you might have a very good idea of where you're at. Now, regardless of whether you're very capable of stretches or very flexible naturally, I will definitely suggest starting from the very beginning. That way you can get a feel for what your yoga style is, how far you want to take it, and what your goals are in yoga. Maybe your brain's already super relaxed and you don't need the meditation. Maybe you just want to get super flexible, and that's great too. There's so many poses that you'll learn in beginning yoga, which is why I recommend it first, that you'll get the time to really get a feel for it, so you won't feel out of place in a yoga class. You'll actually be having a blast in your yoga class. Beginners yoga classes go anywhere from 30 minutes up to an hour to 15 minutes, sometimes even an hour 30, depending on what studio you're at. My studio generally does about an hour for yoga classes for beginners. Now, there you're going to learn all the basic poses. You're going to learn the proper way to do the poses. You're going to learn alignment and how to keep your body safe. The purpose of taking beginners yoga is to always know where you're at when you start, and for that day you can really sort of deepen in your practice, learn the words, learn the breath. So many ideas jumping over each other. Some teachers use more Sanskrit than others. This means that in order to know which pose is coming next, you might want to have a handle on those words. That's why I suggest learning beginner's yoga first. Dandasana is down dog. Savasana, staff pose, would be, you know, your last pose of the day, corpse pose. Chaturanga Dandasana would be your flow, going into up dog, going into down dog, sliding into plank, maybe a baby cobra. So it's really nice to know those words so you don't feel out of place. Whether you love the Sanskrit or not, it's perfectly fine. I'm not somebody who I consider handy capable in the language department, but I definitely like going to class knowing I can translate, you know, the words into a couple languages. If you're unsure of what style of mat, what style of yoga clothes meet your needs, it is a personal preference. I like going onto Kohls.com and finding some really cute yoga wear. You can get a feel for semi-stylish brands, maybe not like Lululemon-esque where the brands are, you know, see-through sheer leggings or anything like that. I personally don't care for those either because I like to shop, go grocery shopping after yoga and not have to go home and everything, and it just makes my day easier and flow a little nicer. So of course you want something that you're comfortable wearing. You might be somebody who doesn't like your legs, and maybe you'll want to start off with a flare style pant. You can find many of those on Kohls.com, and the reason I suggest that as a starting place for athletic wear is because most everything is marked half off. There's also Marshalls and TJ Maxx that has starter kits for yogis and tons of yoga wear. You can pretty much wear anything stretchy, flexible, that you can climb into with ease and feel great in. I love 90 Degrees, I love RBX Live Life Active, I love Joe Boxer. And so those are just a couple of the brands I definitely recommend. Marika Dry Wick. Dry Wick is like the material. It's like a new brand out, Marika, and it's first time I tried to get into it, a little tough. So it's definitely not something I would recommend for everybody unless you're tiny itty bitty, because I do find it very restricting otherwise. And that said, of course, you don't want to feel restriction when you're trying to feel good about yourself, the meditation aspect of yoga. Once you've already gotten your mat, and I do recommend getting a 3mm mat or a Pilates mat to protect your knees, your hands, your wrists. Some people end up with very sensitive wrists in yoga. So I recommend getting one of those. You can get a starter kit on Amazon. I'll put a link down below for the Kohl's activewear and for an Amazon.com GAM starter kit. Also, I love Yoga Journal. Get the app on your iPad if you have some sort of mobile device or iPad. They offer a free mobile app, and many other yoga quizzes, everything like that, offer one. A lot of yoga teachers refer to Yoga Journal. So on there, once you've already gotten through the basics and you want to really kind of hone your practice, build strength, stamina, and stability in your body through breath work, that's where you go to take the yoga style quiz. Do you want to try hot yoga? Do you love to sweat? Do you like vinyasa? I'm a vinyasa person. So, and honestly, I have to say, when I took this quiz just a few weeks ago, I would say it's pretty right on the money. The questions just are very simple. How much of a workout do you expect from a yoga class? A, if there isn't a puddle on my mat, I feel cheated. B, I'm not interested in learning how to use my body purposefully and increasingly subtle ways. Or C, too much exertion disturbs my meditative focus. So they want you to be honest, and they want you to own your humanness. So yeah, of course you want to find a yoga studio that has a good plan for you. And if you can't find that studio, I recommend getting some great DVDs. Go with the top recommendations, of course, but I will definitely put a link in the bottom bar. I recommend Simply Yoga by Yolanda. I can't quite think of her last name, it's Italian. That's great, 30-minute workout. Bam, I've done that one right before work when I had zero time. So that's a great place to start. And then just be okay with where you are at any given moment in your practice, in your day. Some days we're going to be more sensitive than others, and some days we're going to be able to do the deeper stretches. Some days our heart might feel slightly more open and vulnerable, and that's because we did a lot of heart opening stretches. A lot of it actually parlays into the way we rotate our body. And then on some days we feel very aggressive, and that's because we took a lot of warrior poses. So I don't recommend taking too many, and be sure to flow through your vinyasa. Maybe I'll do a couple chaturanga workshops. It's a lot of people don't quite get the hang of it because they do a lot of stepping in and out of these poses. So if I can get my camera set up right, I'd love to show you how to flow. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time, and I do apologize if it looks like I've been wearing like the same thing for the last few videos with a change of makeup. We actually have a uniform now at work, so whenever I wore a plain black shirt before, I was getting ready for work, but we had our own styles, so it looked different. So now it looks like I'm just like wanting to wear the wife beater every video. No, I can take a normal shirt, but the thing is I don't want to wear my uniform logo, of course, in every video either. So and thank you so very, very much for watching, and I hope that this finds its way to you if you need a little bit of help. Namaste. See you later.